Hey y'all, how you doing? This is Melly. I'm back with another episode of Try a DIY. Today we're going to be doing DIY plastic animal creations. So like these guys, that you had when you were a kid. We're going to make them into magnets, into tops for mason jars, and into key holders. So take a look at what I have posted for you to see what we're making. There's actually no real DIY tutorial for it, so we're just going to try it out. These are the tools I'm going to be using for today's DIY. The plastic and rubber little animal toys, I found them at a thrift store for a few dollars. The magnets and paint, I found it for a couple bucks each at Walmart. Alright, so now that you have an idea of what we're trying to make, they're pretty cute, right? I feel like it should be simple. I'm gonna try it with a saw because this trusty saw has been coming in handy with these DIYs. But yeah, I don't really know how else to cut it. Like, I'm not gonna use scissors, or this is hollow, so we're gonna have to try. It's kind of cute. We're gonna have to try and figure that out. But yeah, let's cut them in half. Some of them, like this is plastic, so I'm just gonna try and put that on the top of the mason jar. And same with these. They're kind of small, and I'm gonna use them just the whole thing instead of cutting it. So let's go for it. My saw is not that sharp, but this is actually not as easy as I thought it was gonna be to cut it. This is pretty thick, the rubber or plastic or whatever the heck this is. It's pretty thick, so you have to put a little bit of manpower in there. I know they're not real, but I feel kind of sad sawing this little Laqness monster in half. Man, this is kind of hard. My thumb hurts from holding it. It's hot outside, I'm breaking a sweat, and this thing is kind of not as easy to cut as I thought it was going to be. I've been doing about hard cutting for a good 13 minutes, and my thumb feels like it's going to break off. I'm going to try using the kitchen knife. It's a sharp kitchen knife, so hopefully. I did it! Yeah, so easy. Just get the little animal toy and cut it in half and then paint it. No, not so easy. That took me like 20 minutes at least. My thumbs hurt. Whew. Thank God for the kitchen knife and this rubber hollow donkey. We're gonna have to figure out how to close that part off. But at least that one only took me 2 minutes, so yay! Now this scary one. I just squeezed it, and I think this is hollow too. Oh, thank God. Okay, so if you find hollow ones, I feel like most of them though that are from when we were kids are not hollow, and that's really hard to cut. It's time to start painting these, but before I paint them, I'm gonna try and cut a piece of cardboard, glue it on there so that I can close that. So let's do that first, and then we'll paint them. Alright, back cutting and gluing took about 7 minutes, so not too bad. Although this project is already taking a little longer than I thought it would. Hopefully it turns out cute though. Second coat of paint. The first coat took me about 20 minutes to paint everything, so this is not the fastest DIY, but alright. So we have, I washed my hands, so now I don't get any mixed paint on any of our dry animals. I was going to super glue the animals onto the magnets, but I have a feeling that the glue gun is going to work better, just because like some of them, they're not heavy, but they're just kind of awkward, so maybe the glue gun will hold it better. So let's try that. That gluing part was really easy. That took me about 6 minutes, I think, with losing the magnet and having to keep putting in this stupid long glue stick. Now to see how they work. But look at how cute these are. Especially this one. That's so cute. These two, kind of weird, but kind of cute. Check that out. They work. The only thing is with like this little donkey, it doesn't really hold anything, so make sure when you're making yours, you don't make them that they're top heavy, otherwise they won't hold. The tiger is pretty awesome, and I really like the bugs. Those look really cool. And then check out the Laqness monster. It's actually useful. You can hold your keys, so if you have anything with a long neck, that works. So there they are. They're kind of awesome. Even the little donkey, even though it doesn't really work as a magnet, still cute. That tiger is pretty super cool. And then I like the bugs. The Laqness monster's kind of weird, but it's cool. The magnets do stick out pretty far, so take that into consideration when you're choosing which toys to use. Okay. The verdict on plastic or rubber animal toy recycling? I give it a thumb and a half. If I had spray paint, hopefully, if you want to try this, I would suggest using spray paint. That was the most annoying part of this, was painting these, because they take a long time to paint. You have to paint like multiple coats, and sometimes it doesn't stick on if it's plastic. And the cutting, if you get the real thick, not hollow toys, then those are really hard to cut. So just be aware of that. It's not impossible, but they're just really hard to cut. and I'm not sure, like, it was a little bit difficult for me to find those animals. I mean, obviously, I just have like totally random ones, and they're all different materials. I just looked in thrift stores. I didn't go to a craft store, but it was a little bit difficult for me to find. It wasn't the easiest thing. I couldn't find them at like the dollar store or Target, even. I went there. But I'm sure you can find them, or in your thrift stores, or your kids' old toys if you have them, or somebody's toys. But these I really like. These came out so cool. They're pretty funky. I mean, to like style up your house with. I really like these. The whole process took me about maybe 2 hours. So it's not the shortest thing in the world. It was about an hour's worth of painting, half an hour to cut them before I painted, and about 20 minutes to wait for it to dry. And then the quickest thing was just gluing them together. So that was about another 5 minutes or so. So I would say you need about a good 2 hours to get this project done. But yeah, overall, this is a DIY, not a DI don't. Just because I think it's relatively easy. There's not too many steps in it. Comes out looking kind of cool. It's a good gift. It's a good decoration for your house. You can paint them any color you really want to. Okay, so that's it for this DIY. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Don't forget to try a DIY.